background. So looks like the first footage for this highly anticipated movie Gladiator 2 starring Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn, and also the original cast looks like Connie Nelson. She will be also back for this movie. Looks like the first footage for this movie was shown to studio executive, and according to them, they are blown by this movie's first footage. And when I hear this, I'm like, whoa, this is really interesting. When I initially heard they are making Gladiator 2, I was like, what? This is a little late for that, but this is a sequel, and this movie takes place 20 years after the first movie. So I think it's a really interesting idea if this movie is directed by Ridley Scott. If he can deliver this movie to the audience, the first movie Gladiator has won so many Oscar, and that movie is so famous. I have seen that movie. I think that movie is actually quite good. But I'm not a huge fan of that movie. But I think this movie story, and because this is a sequel, overall, I think this movie still though sounds interesting. If Ridley Scott, he does good job with this, especially I bet this movie costs a lot to make, and this movie is a joint production, like they're gonna distribute, looks like, according to this, Universal and Paramount, these two huge company, they are the distributor for this movie. So I bet this movie costs at least $200 million. And why these executives are blown by this movie, I don't know, because they're happy with the casting. It's very interesting casting, getting Denzel Washington. When I heard he's in this movie, I was like, whoa, this is very, end of the day, very weird casting. But when you read what is the character he's playing, I bet he doesn't have any fighting role or anything like that. I think he's interesting casting now that I think about it. And Pedro Pascal, of course, he got casted because he's from Game of Thrones. And he's so popular. He's in everything. However, I bet Quinn, who is he recently got casted in Fantastic Four, and he's also in upcoming this highly anticipated movie Quiet Place prequel Day One. So he is in demand actor, and I think he has a lot of following. So I think he will do good job, Joseph Quinn, because he's from Stranger Things. I think his character will be quite similar to how I am guessing, like Walking Phoenix. So recently on BAFTA, people ask Paul Mescal about this movie. So this movie is really under wrap. We don't know anything. All the story, everything is under wrap. So I'm still excited to see this movie. So Ridley Scott, his movies has been really, recently it has been hit or miss for people. So although I like personally his movie Last Duel, but that movie was a huge flop at the box office. So I hope he's not doing, he's not making this Gladiator like that. That will not work. Especially will not make any money. And a lot of people were disappointed with his movie called Napoleon. People did not like in that movie. So these days movies has become complicated. Especially I think a lot of people were upset with Napoleon because center character, I think Josephine was the center character, not Napoleon. You got the idea. So in this movie, looks like Paul Mescal, who is this upcoming a new actor. A lot of people really like his work in other movies. I personally have never seen his work, unfortunately. I guess I have to check out one of his movie. So he's gonna play Lucius, and he's supposed to be Maximus' son in this movie, and I guess he will pick up where his dad left off. So this movie can be very epic if you do the story with Lucius. He's coming back, and he's trying to take over the empire or whatever. If they do something like epic scale, then I think this movie could work for me. I think a lot of people would love to see this, but Ridley Scott, I think he need to be staying focused on the story, make it epic. Don't make it draggy and boring, man. People will not like it. Especially stay true to this character, Lucius. He's trying to get the throne, or I bet there will be some epic fight in this. But for now, all the executive, they're really happy with this movie. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that I guess they are ramping up this movie's I guess advertisement. That being said, I feel like after listening to Paul Mescal's his interview on BAFTA, maybe this movie it is going to be special. Who knows? Then again, recently Napoleon wasn't, so I'm a little nervous personally, but I'm still excited for this. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this news. If you enjoyed this video, don't watch another videos on other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.